fractional error also. Relative error is also called as fractional error. Next is relative percentage error. So most of the time into 100, that means the absolute error divided by the real value of the observation into 100 when we write, that is called relative percentage error. These are the three ways we can represent errors in physics, right? They are, right? That is delta A divided by A mean into 100. So this is what you call errors in measurements and how errors are represented. Errors are represented three ways, which are they? Absolute error, relative error, and relative percentage error. What is relative error? It is the ratio of absolute error to the real value of the observation. Real value of all the observations. Real value means true value. How true value is obtained? By taking the mean or average of all the observations made by the observer, right? This into 100 is what is called relative percentage error. Relative error is also called as what is called as fractional error also. It is also called as fractional. Next is combination of errors. Combination of error means when two quantities are combined by addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So suppose two quantities are added. Suppose two quantities, their real values are A and B. So the addition of these two quantities is A plus B, right? So where A and B are the true values of the physical quantity, right? But the observed values of the physical quantity are A plus or minus delta A. Observed values are what? A plus or minus delta A. And observed values of B is equal to B plus or minus delta B. This is the real values of two quantities, right? Two quantities are added, length and breadth are added. Okay, this is length and this is breadth, right? The length is A, whose observed values, real value is A, and observed value is A plus delta A. And the breadth, the observed value is B plus delta. When these two are added, then in the final expression, the final result also, there will be errors. Combined errors will be there. That error is due to the absolute error in A and absolute error in B. Due to absolute error in A and B, a combined error will be coming in the resultant value, right? Now we can write here, in this case we can write x plus or minus delta x. That means the absolute error in the addition of the physical quantity. When two quantities are added, the absolute error in the final result is plus or minus delta x. That means by addition, the original value can be x plus delta x or x minus delta x. As the observed value of A can be A plus delta A or A minus delta, that we don't know, right? Okay. So this is the case. In this case, whenever all these things are added, that means A plus or minus delta A, right? Plus B plus or minus delta B we can write. This is equal to A plus B. This is equal to A plus B. Again plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B also we can write, right? Plus or minus delta A. This way also we can write. Am I correct? This but x is equal to A plus B. X and A plus B can be neglected. Therefore, we can write plus or minus delta A is equal to plus or minus delta x is equal to plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B also we can write. The maximum absolute error is simply given as equal to simply tell. There is delta is equal to only plus you will take. That means delta A plus delta B we will write. Maximum absolute error means absolute error in the first quantity plus absolute error in the second quantity. This is the total absolute error in the combination, in the addition of the two physical quantities. So when two quantities are added, simply this much will be added. When two quantities are added, then the total absolute error is equal to the absolute error in the first quantity plus the absolute error in the second quantity. Sum of the absolute errors in the individual quantity is equal to the total absolute error in the combination or in the addition of the two physical quantities. Same is the case with the subtraction also. Suppose one quantity is subtracted from the other. In this case, suppose you will take this is A minus B. Suppose two quantities A and B, real values are A and B, their observed values are A plus del plus or minus delta A or B plus or minus delta B. When one quantity is subtracted from the other, then also the errors will be added only, right? In that case also we can write delta X is maximum absolute error is equal to. You are actually subtracting the real values only subtracted, but the errors are always added together. Then maximum absolute error in this case also equal to delta A plus delta B only. When two quantities are added or one quantity is subtracted from the other, in both the case, the total absolute error in the combination is given by delta X is equal to delta A plus delta B. The sum of the absolute errors in the individual quantities, right? Next, we are coming to what you call multiplication and division. In multiplication and division, suppose X is equal to A into B. When two quantities are multiplied, X is equal to A into B, where A is the real value of a physical quantity, B is also the real value of the physical quantity. But the observed value of A is A plus or minus delta A, and B is equal to B plus or minus delta B, right? When in that case, we always take a relative error only. So relative error means that is that body write as equal to delta X divided by X. That means the result is X. X is the product. How much relative error that can occur in the calculation is equal to AB. That is equal to delta X by X. Delta X by X is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. So this is the condition. So when two or more quantities are multiplied, then the total relative error in the calculation is equal to the relative error in the first quantity plus the relative error in the second quantity plus the relative error in the third quantity, etc. So every quantity there will be a relative error. So relative errors are added together. Then you will get the resultant relative error in the product. Am I correct? So in this case, two quantities are added. Two quantities are multiplied. X is equal to AB. So the total relative error in the resultant value X is given by delta X by X. So relative error is, you know, that is absolute error divided by the real value. What is the real value? Real product value is equal to X only. Then absolute error is equal to delta X. The ratio of delta X to the real product value is what is called relative error in the product. That is equal to the sum of the individual relative errors in the quantities involved in the operation in the product. Am I correct? This is the case. Next point we coming is that is the division of two physical quantities. One quantity is divided from the other. Divided. In that case also divide means suppose X is equal to A by B. X is equal to A by B, right? Where A and B are the true values of physical quantities. We are dividing one quantity with the other. But the observed values of A and B are the A plus or minus delta A or B plus or minus delta B. In that case also, we will calculate only relative error. Relative error in this operation is given by, that is delta X divided by X is equal to, this case also same, that is delta A divided by A plus delta B by B. When two quantities are divided, then the total relative error is equal to the sum of the individual errors. If there are three quantities, there will be three relative errors. All this will be added. This is one quantity, this is another quantity. Always relative errors are added only. In multiplication and division, most of the time, both the times, we will add the relative errors in this manner. Now the error calculation power. In power calculation, how the errors can be seen. That is the next thing. Suppose we are taking the power of a physical quantity. X is equal to A raised to n. X is equal to A raised to n, right? But A is the real value of a physical quantity. But its observed value is A plus delta A, right? In that case, the In that case, the relative error can be opened. Relative error, all these relative errors, addition, what do you call, multiplication, division, power calculation, etc., etc. We will take only a relative error. So relative error is the ratio of what? Absolute error to real value of the physical quantity. In this case also we can write that is delta x by x, relative error. That is equal to n into delta a by a. This is the way how we can calculate the relative error in the calculation. X is equal to a raised to n. Another example I am going to give, suppose x is equal to, a raised to p, into b raised to q, the whole divided by c raised to r. So this is a calculation. We are calculating this quantity as x is equal to a raised to p into b raised to q divided by c raised to r. In this case, what is the fractional error in the final calculation? What is the relative error in the calculation? X. That is given by x, delta x by x. Always relative error is absolute error, ratio absolute error to real value. In this case, the real value of that is x only, right? But the absolute values of a and b are a plus r minus delta a, b plus r minus delta b, or c plus r minus delta c. All are having operated with the powers also here. In that case, what you will do? You will add only. This is equal to p into delta a by a plus q into delta b by b plus r into delta c by c. In this way, we can calculate the relative error in the calculation. X is equal to a raised to p, b raised to q, q divided by c raised to r. This is the combination of errors in the calculation, right? So when we use the measuring instrument, one more thing I have to understand, when we use a measuring instrument, for example, measuring instrument like vernier calipers, this is screw gauge, meter scale like this, it is a part of a meter scale only, right? All this. So this meter scale has a least count is equal to 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter. Every meter scale has a least count is equal to 1 millimeter. If this scale is used for measuring a length, then maximum absolute error that can happen is equal to 1 millimeter. That is the least count. This is a very important thing, right? Maximum absolute error that can happen when we use an instrument is equal to the least count of the instrument. What is the least count of the instrument? The least distance or the least value of the physical quantity that can be measured with the instrument is called what is called least count of the instrument. Right? For example, a clock has the least count is equal to 1 second. 1 second. Am I correct? For a meter scale, the least count is equal to 1 millimeter because this scale can measure at the minimum of 1 millimeter distance. Am I correct? A seconds clock, the least count is equal to 1 second. And when you are suppose you are measuring a length using screw gauge, what is the maximum error that can happen? Maximum absolute error that can happen in the measurement is the least count of the screw gauge. Least count of the screw gauge is equal to 0.001 centimeter. Am I correct? Yeah, 0.01 millimeter. 0.01 millimeter. 0.01 millimeter. That is equal to 0.001 centimeter. Right? This is the least count of a screw gauge. In the same way, when we measure physically a length with the help of a vernier calipers, then the maximum absolute error that can occur is equal to its least count. Least count of a vernier calipers is 0.1 millimeter. 0.1 millimeter is equal to 0.01 centimeter. So these are the important points you have to remember. Whenever we measure any physical quantity, the maximum absolute error that can occur in the measurement is equal to its own least count, right? This is this lesson about errors. Many things we have discussed, different kinds of errors and right, how it happens and right, then how errors are represented. Errors are represented three ways. I said one is an absolute error. What is absolute? That also I said. Right, a relative or relative percentage error, all these things. The other day we will discuss some problems related to this topic. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much.